Power of the Russian Revolution. Welcome to InfoBurst, where we illuminate the pivotal moments in history that have shaped our world. Today, we're exploring the power of the Russian Revolution, a seismic event that not only reshaped the vast landscapes of Russia, but also left an indelible mark on the course of global politics, leading to the establishment of the Soviet Union. The Russian Revolution of 1917 stands as a monumental turning point in world history. Beginning with the February Revolution, which culminated in the abdication of Tsar Nicholas II in March 1917, the revolution unfolded in two main stages. The October Revolution, led by Vladimir Lenin's Bolshevik Party, seized power from the provisional government in November 1917, establishing a communist government in Russia. This event sparked a brutal civil war between the Bolshevik Red forces and anti-Bolshevik White forces, leading to the formation of the Soviet Union in 1922. Under the leadership of Lenin and later Joseph Stalin, the Soviet Union became a major global superpower, promoting communism worldwide and challenging the dominance of Western capitalist powers. The revolution's legacy is complex, symbolizing both the aspirations for social justice and the harsh realities of authoritarian rule and human rights abuses under Stalin's regime. The second phase, the October Revolution of 1917, stands as a watershed moment in history, forever altering the trajectory of Russia and the world at large. Led by the Bolshevik Party under the guidance of Vladimir Lenin, this pivotal event marked the culmination of years of political unrest and social discontent in Russia. Taking place in November 1917 according to the Gregorian calendar, the revolution was fueled by a fervent desire to overthrow the provisional government established after the February Revolution earlier that year, which had failed to address the grievances of the Russian people. Inspired by the revolutionary ideas of Karl Marx, Lenin's interpretation of Marxism provided the ideological foundation for the Bolsheviks' ascent to power. With slogans like peace, land, and bread, the Bolsheviks appealed to the masses, promising an end to Russia's involvement in World War I, redistribution of land to peasants, and relief from the widespread famine and poverty plaguing the country. The swift and decisive action of the Bolsheviks during the October Revolution allowed them to seize key government buildings, including the Winter Palace in Petrograd, now St. Petersburg, effectively overthrowing the provisional government and establishing a new communist regime. Lenin's leadership played a crucial role in rallying support for the Bolshevik cause and coordinating the revolution's logistics, cementing his position as a revolutionary icon. However, the revolution's aftermath was marked by turmoil and bloodshed. The Bolsheviks' consolidation of power sparked a brutal civil war between the Red forces, loyal to the new communist government, and the White forces, comprised of various anti-Bolshevik factions seeking to restore the old order. Additionally, several foreign powers intervened in the conflict, siding with the White forces in an attempt to prevent the spread of communism. Despite facing formidable opposition, the Red Army emerged victorious in the Russian Civil War, consolidating Bolshevik control over the country. This victory paved the way for the formation of the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics USSR in 1922, uniting various territories under communist rule. Lenin assumed leadership of the new state, overseeing the establishment of socialist policies and institutions aimed at transforming Russia into a socialist paradise. However, Lenin's leadership was tragically cut short by his death in 1924. Leaving a power vacuum that would eventually be filled by Joseph Stalin. Under Stalin's rule, the USSR underwent rapid industrialization and collectivization, but at a staggering human cost. The policies implemented by Stalin resulted in widespread famine, purges, and human rights abuses, tarnishing the ideals of the revolution and perpetuating a legacy of oppression and suffering. The October Revolution of 1917 was a pivotal moment in history that fundamentally reshaped the political landscape of Russia and the world. Inspired by Marxist ideology and fueled by popular discontent, the Bolsheviks' rise to power unleashed a wave of revolution and upheaval that reverberated across the globe. However, the revolution's noble aspirations were overshadowed by the brutal realities of civil war and authoritarian rule, underscoring the complexities of revolutionary change and the enduring struggle for social justice. Joseph Stalin's ascent to power following Lenin's death marked a significant turning point in Soviet history. Stalin's policies of collectivization and industrialization aimed to rapidly modernize the USSR and strengthen its position as a global superpower. However, these reforms came at a tremendous human cost, with millions of peasants forced into collectivized farms and widespread purges targeting perceived enemies of the state. Under Stalin's rule, the Soviet Union indeed emerged as a major global player, wielding considerable influence in international affairs. Stalin's promotion of communism worldwide sought to expand Soviet influence and challenge the dominance of capitalist powers, particularly during the height of the Cold War. The ideological battle between communism and capitalism shaped much of global politics throughout the 20th century, with the USSR and the United States competing for supremacy on the world stage. Leon Trotsky, once a key figure in the early Soviet government, played a pivotal role in shaping the revolution and organizing the Red Army during the Civil War. His strategic prowess and leadership were instrumental in securing victory for the Bolsheviks against the White forces. However, Trotsky's opposition to Stalin's authoritarian rule led to his exile and eventual assassination in Mexico in 1940, highlighting the brutal internal power struggles within the Soviet regime. The Russian Revolution's impact extended far beyond the borders of Russia, inspiring a wave of communist movements across the globe. From China to Cuba, revolutionary leaders looked to the Bolsheviks for inspiration in their struggles against imperialism and capitalism. The revolution fundamentally altered the geopolitical landscape of the 20th century, sparking ideological conflicts and revolutions that shaped the course of history. One of the most poignant symbols of the revolution's aftermath was the tragic end of the Romanov dynasty. The execution of Tsar Nicholas II and his family in 1918 marked the final chapter of over 3 centuries of Tsarist rule in Russia. Their brutal demise symbolized the complete eradication of the old order and the birth of a new era characterized by revolutionary fervor and ideological strife. This period in Russian history is not only a tale of political upheaval, but also of profound social change. The revolution promised to uplift the working class and peasantry, although the reality of Soviet life under Stalin often belied these ideals. The policies of collectivization and rapid industrialization, while modernizing the Soviet economy, also led to widespread famine and repression. Thank you for tuning into InfoBurst. We hope this exploration of the power of the Russian Revolution has provided a clearer understanding of one of the most transformative periods in modern history. Stay with us as we continue to explore the events, figures, and ideas that have shaped our world.